say would be Davy Lloyd, because he's pretty quick down the wing and we can beat 1 or 2 players. Oh, that's an easy one. That's Matty Davis. That always quick in the dressing rooms to come out with a joke, take the mickey out of people. Well, that's easy. I mean, he has been for the last couple of seasons. It's Mark Growney, obviously, because he's pretty good. He's not that good with his head at the moment because he's got a box on it to keep his neck straight, but the way he's skillful with his left foot and he can flight a ball and put it on your toe or on your head anywhere on the pitch, to be honest. Well, the biggest moaner in our team, without a shadow of a doubt, and everybody else will agree with me, it must be Matty Davis again, because he's got such a big mouth. Nobody else opens the mouth really on the pitch, but Andy Renard does a little bit, but I mean, he just doesn't stop moaning from start to finish, especially with the referees. The cleverest, it's hard to put a finger on the cleverest player. I mean, the cleverest with reading the way the game's played and getting the ball and putting it in the back of the net is obviously Mike Roach. He's phenomenal in that way because he's not quick, but he just reads the game so well. And in defence, Andy Renard, I mean, it's hard to pick out, but I've got to go with Mick Roach. Well, besides myself, I'd have to say is Billy Humphries, because he does quite fancy himself as a bit of a ladies' man. So being led to believe, like. Oh, the Teen Hard man. I mean, again, we've got a few contenders. We've got Luby and we've got Renard in defence. But I'd say Sean in midfield, without a shadow of a doubt, is the hardest man. I mean, you can kick the ball at him, he'll just keep on running and get the ball. No complaints. What a player. If we're talking in the cars, obviously Mick Roach, because he's got a great car. But we're talking really about fitness. We've got Matty Davis, obviously, he just doesn't stop running for fun all the time. And to be honest, you know, when he's fit, Mike Kennedy's pretty good as well. But without a shadow of a doubt, again, I've got to say Matty Davis this time. Oh God, I mean, there's a few contenders again. I don't want to name and shame anyone really, because there's nobody really that big, but I will do. Who I'm going to name, it must be, sometimes I think it's because he works late nights on the taxis. I'm going to have to say Alan, but I'm not going to say which one. Oh, well, this is another easy one. I'm sorry about this, Paul, but it's Mr. Flanagan. He always comes up with an excuse not to pay me. Always he's bought stamps or something like that for the club, you know what I'm saying? You know. Well, ignore what I'm wearing, but I've seen quite a few bad disasters coming, you know, but I've got to say, I've just thought about that now, and remember there's a lad called Steve that plays for us, a little winger, and he thinks he's a bit of a sharp dresser, and oh my God, he's a throwback from the 70s. Well, some would say when I come on, I'm a bit of a lazy player when I come on. It's not that I'm lazy, it's just that I'm fat. But there is one or two that don't like running back and don't help out when they're finished. And I'm just trying to think who's the worst culprit for it. Do you know what? I'm not going to say anybody except me. I'm going to say me for that one. Worst hairdo? It depends. It depends when they have the haircut or not. I would say, in all seriousness, because he never changes it. Besides, once when he got it dyed this season, must be Mark Growney, because I've just remembered he dyed it blonde, half and half. It was ridiculous. Oh God, do you know what? I'm quite lucky in that department because I've got 3 in mind straight away. I mean, I've got in defence. I know without a shadow of a doubt there's a player that'll throw anything in front of the ball, never mind his head, is Andy Renard. In midfield, again, we've got, you know, the likes of the hard man, Sean, he won't bother. I mean, if there's a boot coming in with the ball to his head, he'll go and bite the foot to get the ball. And another one, Mike Kennedy, he's so strong and he just doesn't give in. So, to be honest, but those three in particular, I'd have to go with Renard. The best dancer. I'm going to have to say this because he hasn't been around recently, but his name's Rob Lawler, and when he has a few to drink, he's a great dancer, but when he's sober, he just doesn't dance at all. Oh, besides himself, I'd have to say, no, I've never seen Alan Brown dance. I think it has to be Loz Albon. Loz Albon, terrible. He's terrible at dancing. I mean, he can't even stand up straight on the pitch, so never mind dancing. The longest in the shower, well, I don't really go in the shower, so, you know, I couldn't really comment on that. But, and I know who's the shortest in the shower, but we won't talk about Paul because he's not here. So, the longest in the shower, hang on, yeah, I've got that tenner in my pocket. It's Matty Davis, yeah, he said. I mean, yeah, Matty Davis is the longest, yeah.